Section 10.5, Objective 1, we're going to be talking about multiplying radical expressions. Before I do that, I do want to talk about conjugates. This is an example of a conjugate. A conjugate is where the first term is the same, the second term is the same, but the difference between the two are different. Those are called conjugates. So this would be a conjugate, and also this one down here. Okay, so I'm just going to do a couple examples on here. You can also, if you look at on Canvas, all the answers are provided for you. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one, B, and I'm going to do C on this slide. Okay, so to multiply this together, they are actually, if I multiply these together, it would be a difference of two squares, but most of you are probably familiar with FOIL, so I'm going to go ahead and do it that way. When you multiply conjugates, the middle terms actually subtract each other out. Okay, so if I use FOIL, it's the first two, 4 times 4. The outside, which is 4 times square root of negative 3. I should say negative square root of 3. So I'll put the negative right here, and 4 times the square root of 3. So this is a 4, and then that's a negative square root of 3. The inside is 4 times square root of 3. And the last is square root of 3 times negative square root of 3. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and continue here. So 4 times 4 gives me 16. These actually subtract each other out. And for the last one, I get square root of 3 times negative square root of 3. That's negative square root of 9. So the negative goes on the outside, and I put these on the side of the radical, which is the same thing as 3. So I get 16 minus 3, and that gives me 13. So one thing that's important in the next couple objectives here is whenever you multiply conjugates, you'll end up with something that does not have a radical. I did B. I also want to do C. Okay, so for this one I have a square root of 13 minus 2 squared. I'm going to go ahead and write this times itself, which is what squared means. And again, I'm going to go ahead and use FOIL for this one. First would be square root of 13 times square root of 13. These are the outsides, so negative 2 times square root of 13. The inside is negative 2 times square root of 13. And the last is negative 2 times negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Okay, this becomes a square root of 169, which is 13. These two I can combine together. Now I'm just going to write this one down. Square root of 169 is 13, so I get 13 minus 4 square root of 13 plus 4. I should put equal signs here, I suppose. And then 13 plus 4 is going to give me 17, so I get 17 minus 4 square root of 13.